Hey guys, Flourish here. So today's video is going to be about emotional suppression, okay? Emotional suppression. We've all dealt with that person that, we're talking to them and, we're trying to get something out of them and they're just numb. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about anybody else's feelings. It doesn't matter. They're just like, and so what? So that's what we're gonna get into today. I'm not burning sage today. I know that's like our remedy, our regimen, and our routine. But I already smudged the place, and I have smudge burning nearby. So if some of you don't have never experienced that and don't know what that is, I want to read the definition to you. You know, I'm always about the facts. So, emotional suppression is a type of emotional regulation strategy that is used to try and make uncomfortable or overwhelming thoughts and feelings more manageable. So, what that looks like is somebody being numb to things or having a blank reaction to things, or suppressed emotions may look like redirected anger or frustration. So, I'm going to give you an example. You're having an argument with a friend. You're having an argument with a friend and you're expressing yourself and you're telling them that something that they did to you makes you feel so and so. That friend basically shuts down, gives nothing to you, gives no response, no explanation. They might even leave without explaining or even validating how you expressed to them that you felt. So that looks like a sign of emotional suppression. And I just want to let you know that yes, it's their fault, but at the same time, sometimes it's not. You're dealing with a person that is dealing with some past trauma that they may not have been healed from. It could be some inner child trauma. It could be some child abuse trauma and it could stem from emotional, physical, mental, or verbal abuse that they dealt with as a child, from a parent, from a teacher, from whomever. It can also look like domestic violence. It can also look like domestic violence. Sometimes people that have dealt with domestic violence, yes, they might have gotten out of the situation, but they are not totally healed from the situation. They're still maybe in the healing process or not even approaching the healing process yet. A lack of attention from friends, family, loved ones, that could look like emotional suppression that people don't know. They don't know how to deal. Lack of support, lack of guidance, and no love shown or taught to them. So what does that mean? No love shown or taught to someone? That looks like somebody that was brought into the world, never loved and guided by anyone, just basically living off of survival. They got here, the mom or the dad just feels like all they have to do is feed, clothe, and shelter this person. They've never shown them love. They might not have even got a hug, kisses, told that they were beautiful, told that they're blessed and abundant or prosperous. That's what some of the signs are for emotional suppression. I don't know all of them, but I know some of them. So I want to say some positive affirmations for people who are dealing with emotional suppression would be: I give myself permission to heal. I give myself permission to heal. I am willing to forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I am willing to forgive those who may have harmed or hurt me. I am willing to forgive those who may have harmed or hurt me. Every day I wake up renewed. Every day I wake up renewed. My heart is full of love. My heart is full of love. Everything works out for me. Everything works out for me. Listen, I've dealt with some emotionally suppressive individuals, and it's not easy and it's hard. And I also have some times where I can be suppressing my emotions because I just don't want to deal with it. I mean, we can all go through that. We just don't want to deal with something at the time or the moment, so we just shut down. We just shut down because it's just too much. So today's reading, today's collective is going to be asking the divine, what are some things that we can do to overcome emotional suppression? What are some things that we can do to overcome emotional suppression? Let's get into it. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get into it. What are some things that we can do to overcome emotional suppression? What are some things that we can do to overcome... Ooh. Boom. So today I'm going to pull 3 cards instead of the normal 5. So I already got 2 that fell out. There goes the last one. And then I'm going to switch to another deck after this. Alright, so the first card is the crossroad card. Number 22. That's a master number. Y'all already know what time it is. It's not getting broken down. Where's my book? Y'all know I like my book. My book. I don't see it. Oh, there it goes. Sorry, guys. Alright, so boom, number 22. Well, first let me tell y'all what I see in the card. So there's an individual there, stuck, hands up, confused, not knowing which way to go. The sun is there in the background. So to me, once I see the sun, that means we're supposed to go in that direction. Maybe not to him or her, but for me, I would go in that direction. I see the grass, meaning nature, earth, the trees giving life. To me, trees symbolize the tree of life, which be, you know, just living, or thoughts or feelings. So it's like, for me, I see confusion in this. I'm getting someone that's confused, someone stuck, not knowing what direction to go. Maybe somebody that has many paths, or even many talents, or many different ways of support. So remember, we were asking, what do we need to do to overcome emotional suppression? All right, number 22, the master number. You are at a crucial point on your journey which will help you understand the relationships and spiritual assignments that will support your growth. You are at a crucial point on your journey which will help you understand the relationships and spiritual assignments that will support your growth. So for me, it could be different type of crucial points you could be. You could be stuck career-wise. You could be stuck lifestyle-wise. You could be stuck in living arrangements. You could be stuck between love life. You could be stuck, you know, in so many different ways. So remember, the number 2 is the master builder number. So one who lays the foundation for anything of structure and organization. These numbers are ruled by the element of water, denoting a highly sensitive nature. Highly sensitive nature. So to me, this is somebody who is emotionally distressed at this time, not understanding which way they want to go. They don't know whether to go left, right, up, down, side to side, backwards, reverse, forward. So we need to figure out what it is that we want, what makes us happy, what would be a, I'm not gonna say fairy tale, because I don't like the idea of fairy tale, but I will say, what would be the future or the end goal? What would be the future or the end goal? So let's get into the book. Let's get into it. Move you guys over. Okay, so at the crossroads, you'll be taking a trip, either literally or figuratively, as it is time to make a decision. The goddess of the crossroads has many opportunities or options to choose from, with little guidance to do it. So like I said to you guys, when you are emotionally suppressed, sometimes it could be lack of guidance. And the card says, the goddess of the crossroads has many opportunities or options to choose from, with little guidance to do it. Being the card of free will, this card represents making a choice, but also having feelings of doubt, worry, and hesitation arise about doing it. But you can't stay here. You have to choose. And even though it is what is beyond that choice that gives you a sense of nervousness, know that it is also what is beyond that choice that will take you to your next destination. So for me, reading that one part, because we're still not finished, reading that one part, what I got from it is somebody that who fears change, somebody that's used to like a routine or repetitiveness, and just the sense or the idea of change really scares them and it frightens them. So once again, that goes back to the suppression of emotions. For me, dealing with emotions would be a change, and it would be fearful because you don't know the whole idea of what that would look like. You know what I mean? If you were a person that dealt with childhood trauma or childhood abuse, you probably dealt with it so much that you had to build up a defense mechanism to get through the next incident or ordeal. You get what I'm saying? So if you did that as a child already, can you imagine how strong your tactic would be as an adult? So if you're a child that's fear of change or fear of your environment or fear of events that's to come, as an adult, that's just going to be a natural blockage. You're going to build those blocks because you don't want to deal with anything that is different than what you're used to, or anything that may hurt, harm, or bring pain. So let's get back into it. If it's in love, someone within the union has multiple partners and is not committed to one partner. This card can also arise when there are general doubts and thoughts about leaving a relationship. Make a decision you feel is best for you and trust that your future is bright. So that's something else that I forgot to mention. Also, if you're a person that you have unhealed trauma or things that you've been through with individuals, and now that builds, because if you have a lack of trust, most likely the lack of trust comes from somewhere. It's stemming from somewhere. So it could have been somebody that has harmed you, or has been disloyal or dishonest, and now you have this defense mechanism. So like this says, you may not be able to commit to one person. You may not be able to be a loyal person because that is how you were brought up, or that is what you were shown or taught. So this would make you maybe a habitual cheater, maybe a thief, a liar. Those are some of the things that I would think about if I'm thinking about somebody that's disloyal. So let's read it from the top again. If it's in love, someone within the union has multiple partners and is not committed to one partner. This card can also arise when there are general doubts and thoughts about leaving a relationship. Make a decision you feel is best for you and trust that your future is bright. So basically, what the card is telling us today is it's time to make decisions, make the choices that we know are right for us, or maybe we don't know, but you have to take that leap of faith. That's how you overcome a certain part of suppression. You have to take leap of faith, and you have to trust in yourself to make the right decision for yourself. If you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? If you can't trust yourself. So for me, one step out of emotional suppression would be to trust yourself and don't fear change. If it's in career, you may have multiple job opportunities, increased work responsibilities, or even multiple jobs in general. It's okay though. Just keep moving and trying your best. You can't get to your destiny by standing still. You can't get to your destiny by standing still. So by not making a choice, you're actually hindering yourself because you're not moving forward. You're staying stuck, stagnant, and complacent, and maybe whatever your current predicament is, or something from the past that you've already dealt with. Wow, that was a great card to read for the first card. So we're at a crossroad, and it's time to make a decision so that we can move forward. The Bear card came out. The Bear card. Anytime I see this Bear card, the eyes within the card itself is just so saddening to me. The bear seems like so out of it, lack of confidence, You know, the sun is up there, but it's so small. It's like there's opportunity out there, but it's just so far away. That's what I get. And I feel like, you know, the way that he's standing, it's like standing on a mountain all alone and just feeling like they have nothing or no one to support. So for me, I feel that this card within itself means like you're feeling down, you don't know, you know, where to go. So it's coinciding with the crossroads card, because it's like if you're in that kind of mood and you can't pull yourself out of that, how can you make any decisions feeling like that? You can't make any decisions feeling like that. So maybe you came out of that and you're making moves with the crossroads card. You're making moves, but you can't get out of that situation. I mean, you got out of that situation, but now it's worry of what comes next. You get what I'm saying? So let's get into it. The number was 15, I believe. 15. The bear. It says, your changing thoughts are changing your life. Align your awareness and energy with thoughts that lift you. Align your awareness and energy with thoughts that lift you. You see, so like I said, you're in a stagnant place where you're just not feeling good about yourself. You're not thriving the way you should. You're kind of stuck, stagnant, and just sad and in a slump. You know what I mean? Okay, so the bear is a beacon of both physical and mental power. His watchful gaze is often fueled by passion, but when passion becomes aggression, the bear can become overbearing, like a mother over her cubs. So this goes in what I said earlier about emotional suppression can also look like redirected anger or frustration. Emotional suppression can also, so you know, we all know that bears are very strong, and when they get mad, it's go time, it's game time for tearing some shit up. So strength can sometimes be weakness if we move in rage. Anxiety often leads to error, so remember, even in those moments of being strong, to remain clear in thought. So when you're someone whose defense mechanism is emotional suppression, it often leads you into error. And by error is what I said once again. When you're emotionally suppressing something, you're not dealing with it. You're not handling it. So you're suppressing it, and maybe suppressing thousands of things in that one ball. Like you're balling it all up, you're pushing it down, and it turns into something else. It could turn into frustration. You can start being an abuser. So we have to really get those things under control. We really have to get those things under control, because when you suppress things, sometimes it turns into something else and you're not thinking clearly. It says, remain tactful enough, but use your force to overcome your opponent. You can do it. The bear card can also illuminate your personal finances and wanting to make strong investments to bring in cash flow. The way a bear catches a fish requires patience in selection and swiftness in its catch. Be patient, seek the right opportunity, then be swift and collect. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to give yourself grace, because anytime we're learning a new thing or a new, task or a new way of handling things, like if you're somebody that's dealing with unhealed trauma, healing that trauma would be a new perspective. It would be a new way of doing things, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling. So give yourself grace, because who knows how long you've been suppressing your emotion. So please be graceful with yourself, be patient with yourself, be loving with yourself. You deserve love. You deserve love. No matter what, you deserve love. So be patient. It says, if it's in love, the bear card can describe a partner with severe alpha tendencies. This may result in an imbalance within the union, as one partner's aggression takes over, but at no time should passion be a prison. Communicate the respect you need and be the bear to get it. So sometimes it could be a partner that's dealing with someone who is dealing with some emotional trauma that they've suppressed, or they don't know how to deal with emotions because they were never taught that. So if you're the person that's dealing with that person, it's saying that you need to be the bear and express what you need and how it makes you feel about how they handle their feelings, or not handle their feelings, I should say. You know what I mean? So it's saying speak up for yourself. This is an imbalance within the union, because if you're an expressive person and then you're dealing with a non-expressive person, that can be a bit of turmoil, because you're always going to be on the side where you're always expressing yourself, and they're always going to be on the side where it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be honest. If you're a person that doesn't handle your emotions and you don't express things, that means you don't want to hear shit nobody else got to say about expressing no feelings, because you don't express your feelings, so you damn sure don't want to hear nobody else express it. But that's selfish. So as the partner that is the expressive partner, you need to express, listen, this is not working. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. I'm tired of not talking about it. I'm tired of you shutting down. I'm tired of you walking out when things get heated. No, we need to get through this. So that's what the card is telling you. It's time to communicate the way that you need it, to be respected, heard, and understood. If it's in career, you definitely have the strength and fortitude necessary to overcome your obstacles. Focus and show them who you are. So sometimes, I believe, this is the message I'm receiving, sometimes when we emotionally suppress things, sometimes it's not even a selfish reason. Sometimes it's a selfless reason. Sometimes it's somebody that's not worried about themselves and they're putting others before them. So let's give an example. Excuse me. Let's give an example. So let's say that you a hard worker. You're one of the people that the boss calls on the most. The boss is like, oh, I need this done. I'm going to call on Flourish. And I might be somebody I'm a hard worker. Anytime that somebody puts a task or a challenge in front of me, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go do it. And I'm going to get the job done. No complaints, no questions asked. At times, that can get very stressful. But because I'm that type of person, I just suppress how I'm feeling. And I just take it until I no longer can. And now I burst out in a day that I just don't want to do anything, and the boss is coming to me and I black, I get unprofessional, I get nasty, and now I'm like, oh, I'm doing every fucking thing, you don't do shit. Anytime something needs to get, there's nobody else who can do it. That is somebody that has gotten enraged because they have emotionally suppressed their feelings and how they feel and how they felt they were taken advantage of for a course of time, and now it has spiraled out of control. So that's the message that I received. So you need to focus, show your worth, show that you're deserving, show that you are hardworking, talented, creative, but know your limits and make sure you always set healthy boundaries. You always want to have healthy boundaries. So it says, the first card was the crossroads, so it's time to make a decision. The second card was the bear. It's time to learn how to communicate. Learn how to communicate and express yourself no matter what, even in the rough and the hard and the difficult times. Last but not least, the clouds. The clouds. So right off the back, I'm getting throat chakra / third eye vibes. And the reason why I say it is because all of the different shades of colors, I'm seeing blue and I'm seeing indigo, I'm seeing purple, I'm seeing lavender, I'm seeing baby blue, but I'm seeing that eye. And within that eye, I'm seeing, you're seeing things, but you're not seeing them. So your vision is cloudy. You get what I'm saying? Your vision is cloudy. Your vision is cloudy, or your vision is clouded. And the message that I'm receiving is like, basically, sometimes like we're going through the day to day and we're dealing and we learned how to like we've learned these defense mechanisms over the time, and sometimes we don't even know that we're doing it because it's like sometimes when we have ways about ourselves and characteristics and personality traits, we don't see it because we're doing it to people or we're living that way. But the people that we're doing it to or dealing with us, they can see it because they're on the outside looking at us. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting. It says your vision, I feel like your vision is cloudy. You're not seeing clearly. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Also, if you're not seeing clearly, you can't be possibly thinking clearly because you're kind of like oblivious to it. That's the message that I'm receiving. That's the message I'm receiving. So remember, guys, the number on that card was 6. So this is like one of the ones we get the most. Number 6. Take time to eliminate all that's blocking your joy. Follow what makes your heart dance. Take time to eliminate all that's blocking your joy. Follow what makes your heart dance. So let's get into the card. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you can't just see through the clouded vision. Even if it seems all you do is focus on that very thing, it may still feel like you just can't see the sun. The clouds card is a card of confusion and misunderstanding. When doubts and secrets creep into our line of vision, often sadness and insecurities give us tunnel vision for clouded judgment. And it is here we feel both stuck and spiraling at the same time. Wow. Guys, I know you might think that I know all these cards, but like the back of my hand. This is the first time that I've ever pulled this card, and when I say I was totally on point, I'm not even gonna be boastful. I was on point. And emotional suppression, it's a hell of a thing because it could be sadness, it could be frustration. The book says insecurities, you know what I mean? So we have to be, first I feel like we have to be able to express these things to ourselves. Even if you don't want to say them out loud, you could think them. I know that most of the time we already think and kind of know the things that we do and feel and how we react, but we just haven't come to grips and to accept and take responsibilities. The main and first thing of healing trauma, take responsibilities for like maybe the part you played, or I shouldn't say take responsibility, because a child abuse, you can't take responsibility. You were a child. But what I'm talking about is if you're an adult now and you still have unhealed trauma, you have to take responsibility now because you need to heal from that. You need to overcome that. You cannot go through life and still blame how you're reacting and your behavior now on past events. You get what I'm saying? You have to take responsibility and make that decision and that choice to do better, be better, because you deserve better. You deserve better, because when you're emotionally suppressing your feelings, what you're doing is you're closing yourself. You're putting yourself in this box like, no, I'm strong. Nobody gonna see me cry. I don't deal with shit like that. I put an H on my chest and I handle it. No, you can put an H on your chest, but make sure that H is not handled. Make sure that H is healing. I am healing, because we have so much going on in the world, and there's a lot of people that are dealing with shit and doing shit because they are unhealed and they have old trauma and past events that they have not overcame, and they're just chugging through life and thinking that they've already they got over it, but they haven't. Let's continue to read the card. However, no, you mustn't panic. You have to pay attention and focus. The sight of the truth is there. Just be patient and allow the winds of the universe to roll those clouds away. For it is destined that soon the sight of the truth will shine brighter than the sun. Just know that the things that we went through is for a reason and a purpose. Maybe you can help somebody else to deal with the trauma that you dealt with after you've healed and overcome. Maybe, your child, your unborn child or your future child will deal with something like that from a spouse or a friend, and maybe you can help them through that. There's so many different reasons of why we go through the traumas and events in our lives, and we need to really take that time, take that deep breath, and really come to realization as to why, or just really come to realization that it made us better, it made us stronger, it made us resilient. You know what I mean? If it's in love, the only thing clear here is that there are indeed problems. You are not sure what to do, but know at all times you must do what's best for you. Stay true to the vision you embodied for yourself, for that one always was clear. So this is going back to intuition. You know what you want for yourself. You know what you deserve. You know where you want to be. So do the work to get there. Do the emotional work to get there, because at this point it's emotional baggage. Even though the name of it is emotional suppression, it does become emotional baggage, because it's like things that you haven't done and you're suppressing it and you're not overcoming it because you're just staying stuck in there. You're staying stuck. You're not making the right decisions and choices. You're deciding to stay there, and you need to overcome this so you could choose the path for yourself, and so you can see through those cloudy visions. If it's in career, the clouds card can illuminate instability within your direction. Even if you are not sure, focus and weigh the options of your truth. The rest will be revealed, but you must first focus enough to see it. Focus. It's time to slow down. It's time to take it easy. It's time to come to the realization of what happened, what needs to be healed, what needs to be worked through, so that you can get to the end goal that you see for yourself. We all have dreamed and imagined things for ourselves, and it's time to let those imaginations run wild. And sometimes they don't have to be imaginations. They can be premonitions or visions of your future. You feel me? I hope that this reading resonated with some of you. I just wanted to pull, because a lot of these cards were kind of dark. Let's try to see if we can pull a positive card just to get us through the rest of this day. So let's go. Divine says, we need, it says, you're hitting that right. So that message was the right thing for us. And we need, somebody out there needed to hear it. Sometimes emotionally suppressed people can be in denial. So I hope when you do get this message and it resonates with you, I hope that you're not in denial. Don't be in denial, okay? Don't be in denial. It says, nurturing masculine. So when I see nurturing masculine, there's a man out there that's suppressing his emotions, and it's time for him to nurture himself. It says, you are uniting with the energy of God. Trust the signs you are receiving. Direct communication. Yes. 10:10. You are on the cusp of something miraculous. Trust that God and angels are one and are with you now. So, guys, let's work through those emotions that we have not dealt with. Let's work through some of them unhealed traumas. And let's get on this healing path and healing journey together. Because once you do that, guess what? You're going to raise your vibration and you're going to be vibrating at a high frequency, and nobody's going to be able to touch you. Like, you know what I mean? Invincible. Let's talk about high energy. Let's talk about divine feminine and divine masculine. Nobody's going to have to be able to come up against you. You feel me? So let's work through these things, and let's I'll see you on top. Peace. Have a good day. Happy Sunday.